Grace Church, it was sweet to be together on Sunday and to finish the book of Ephesians. And I love what Paul was saying when he says, so that you may know how I am and what I am doing. Tychicus, the beloved brother and faithful minister in the Lord, will tell you everything. And he just says, I've sent you for this very purpose, that you may know how we are and that he may encourage your hearts. And it's just good to know how other believers are doing. Ask people, how are you doing? How's it going? And then give each other honest responses and ask each other to pray with each other and all of that. It's also good as a church to go, so what's going on? And a lot of people are asking me, well, what's happening after Ephesians? And so let me tell you a little bit, and I'll tell you some things that are coming up at Grace that you'll be excited about. First of all, this Sunday, it'll be a special surprise. Literally, it's going to be some Old Testament stuff for a couple weeks. Old Testament gospel glimpses of glory, right? Glimpses of gospel glory in the Old Testament. And so we're going to be looking at Obadiah this Sunday, and then probably the next Sunday, another Old Testament book, short Old Testament books that are often either misunderstood or kind of maybe ignored a little bit. So we'll look at those. And then in November, we're going to be looking at some ideas about the grateful praise of the redeemed, and we'll look at some of the Psalms. And then in December, a series on God being with his people and people experiencing the presence of God. And what happens when a person experiences the presence of God? Like, what does God do in their heart? What's the outflow, the inward thing that happens, and also the outflow of knowing that God is with you. Okay, and we'll look at some things along those lines. And then starting in January, we'll be in the book of James. And so we'll be going verse by verse through James, starting January 4th. Another exciting thing is that on November 2nd, we'll be shifting our worship services to the field house. We already have a cross up in there. We've got a backdrop being made. We've got a new pulpit that was made that kind of matches the one that's in the worship center. And we're going to just use the facility God gave us for his glory and, enjoy the Lord and enjoy one another and reach the community just like we always want to do. Another thing you're going to find out on 11/2, and I'll give you a bit of a preview. We might even tell you a little bit early, a couple more previews, but there's a church in Riverside that has asked us to revitalize them. And we've been associated with them for about 6 years. They very seriously asked us at the end of 2024 to revitalize their church. And our elders have been meeting with them and talking with them. And their congregation just voted on the 12th of October to joyfully accept, at their request, accept the revitalization proposal that we put together. So it's pretty exciting. We're going to be asking people at Grace Orange to prayerfully consider going and being a part of this work in Riverside. If you live in that area, we have a good number of families that live over in that area. We're not telling you have to do it, okay? There might be people that live further away that might want to go and be a part of that, about that revitalization new work. You'll hear more about it, but just think about this. It's a good thing to help other churches. It's a good thing to do kingdom ministry. It's a good thing to stretch ourselves and say, Lord, we don't know where the resources or the people are coming from, but you've blessed us so much as a church. And we are excited about this endeavor. We're excited about this opportunity, and I hope you will be too. God bless you. See you Sunday.